Right, Ledgers, can everybody hear me? And what chart can you see? Well, chart, what can you see? Sorry. Can you see the Prime XBT website? What's that got to do with anything, Anthony? Ask questions relevant to this. It's got nothing to do with you. How are you, Sam, Fareed, Gimbal, Crypto Piggy, Harry, Neptune? Hi, everybody. So, hope you all had a great weekend. So, let's start with the disclaimer and we get going. So, welcome once again for Bitcoin for Ledgers live weekly stream. Yes, I do use Prime XBT. What do you think I use? Sorry, 1 second. So this stream is sponsored and brought to you in partnership with Prime XBT. So use the link in the description if you like what you see. Use code TraderSZ once you sign up. Nothing in this video constitutes financial advice. You should always seek the help of a professional investor, professional financial advisor before embarking your capital. Game over. It's all mixed up tonight. 1 second. Let me just have a little sip. Half tired, half awake. Anyways, how is everybody? Get struck in the coffee, I think. I need to wake up. So, what's going on? So yes, use the link in the description if you like the stuff I share. Prime XBT are the ones that sponsor this show. So, let's start with Bitcoin. Yes, TraderNJ, Wagwan. Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I was just half asleep, but I was having a nap. I was tired today, long day. So, I had to sort out a few things and I was tired. So, with Prime XBT, you can also trade FX. There's loads of markets you can trade. Commodities, stock indices. So if you sign up, you got all these Germany 30 DAX, SPX, Nasdaq. So those that keep asking me, you could put the volume up. My volume's fine. You can put the volume up. HK, Hang Seng. You got the Forex pairs. Okay. So yeah, it's crypto based. So yes, Sunak did resign. So if you want to trade FX as well, with a crypto-based broker, I think this is one of the only ones. So maybe one or two others, but it's one of the main ones, Prime XBT. So yeah, use my link. You trade one as a code. You can trade FX as well. So that's that done. Let's start with Bitcoin. What's going on? So you more or less know my plans for this. So yes, I haven't started yet. What's my thoughts? What's my thoughts on this? I don't know. I don't follow this politics. It's shit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's probably David Bell's probably better for that to follow. So you more or less know my plans for Bitcoin with these short videos I've posted. And we're still within, consolidation really. So all I'm doing, and I keep people seeing I'm still I'm bullish. I'm not bullish. I'm just trading, okay? Oh god, this guy's such a headache. Let me get rid of him. Fucking hell. Okay, so what do we do here? We're just focusing on here. I know what I do know is we're right at previous all-time high already. So mark this out. So start again from the beginning. There. Share the video link if you can. Get the likes up. Get the YouTube algos going. There. So we're still around there. Okay. And I spoke about, macro view. Further downside would be around, obviously around this region here. If you got there. So below here. Okay. If you get broke below here. So far, these are showing signs of deviation. If it's not, then below here, towards there. And then above here would be towards there. So for now, we're just focusing within here. We don't need to worry about anything else. So let's continue now forward. Where are we within? So last week we closed below the previous week's low. And we're trading around here now. It's kind of probably, is it bearish? Is it bullish? I'm not so convinced just yet. I'm going to give my case for it. So last week we spoke about ES. Given the bounce, and if this was to break up, then I think Bitcoin would have broken up. So let's mark that out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this for a second. We don't need this right now. I'm going to mark out that weekly range. This is important for us. So we got that there. Excuse me, I got a bad chest today. We got that there. And we've got this there. So this is important. Okay. So are we going to deviate back within the range? And then after that, we got last week's low. Let's mark them out. So we're just going to trading within the range for now until proven otherwise. Last week's low, break of last week's low is going to be the one that's going to give us the big drop, I think. Okay, for now, that should be capping it. Let's go down to the lower time frame, a daily now, and mark out our important levels. So I spoke about this. So this so far is a deviation. It did close above last week's low, didn't it? Yesterday. Now, is this just a retest or not? That's the big question. So what we're going to do is we mark out the same levels I spoke about before. What was capping the downside? This level here. So I'm going to use different colors. So just be wary of what these colors are. So we'll use blue for this one. Okay. Blue for that. And there. So on the weekend, what happened was, so this was the low. Capped the downside here. And that was the high. Yesterday we broke out. Closed above. We are still within maybe a higher low territory. I don't know if we are. But it's around that key support area. Regardless. Okay. Break below these levels. Then it's game over. Then we're going to go for the shorts. But for now, it's still a good chance that we could squeeze within the range. This is just range, but I'm trading. You complain when not all of you, not you guys obviously, when I'm shorting the fuck out of it, or I'm always paying my bearish. When I'm saying taking longs, I still get the other opposite of it. Can't win with you guys. So, as long as we hold that, I think we push up now. As long as we hold, that's a big statement there. So let's break it down now, okay? So yesterday, when I took the longs, I did a snippet video. And I said I took a long here. And target 1 was here. And target 2 was around the 20k level. Previous all-time highs. I don't know, around here. Okay. And then I took another long. So I rolled that out already. And then I rolled that move out. I took some off when F hit the level. And then when he broke by low here, remainder. And then got trailed out for break even on the remainder. So what do we do now is the question. It's a tough one. It is really a tough one. So the only thing that makes sense or makes it easy for us is, although we've got all of this, is once the daily closes. So for example's sake, if the daily was to close like this, we did this and hold above and close above here, that would, for me, say, okay, you know what? We've got a higher low in place. At that point, I think we should take out, we'll go towards here, but I think we should take out high of the week. Okay? So that's what I'd be expecting if that was to happen. Now let's break it down for trigger entries. Now for trigger entries, we're going to use Monday's range. So what we're going to do is, there's too many lines going on here, but just go with it for now, okay? Actually, you know what? I'm going to get a cleaner chart up. Give me a second. Here we go. Here's that cleaner chart. Okay, so this is the chart I did in a snippet video. So basically, previous all-time high, as you know. And this is the daily levels, okay? Here. These are those daily levels I drew. And let's just draw Monday's range quickly. Once we got the Monday's range in, then we're all set to go. So we got Monday's high. We're doing green, okay? Monday's range. Monday's high. Monday's low. And Monday's mid-range is the one important one we're looking at right now. 96,664, I believe. 1966.4. Okay. 19664. Okay, we're done. Now we do it in a different color. Apologies. Go down now. And here we are. We're right at the mid-range now. Okay, so I was watching this earlier. So we've retested that. We're right at the mid-range. What happens now is the question we're going to see. So we go to the lower time frame. And again, that's what I was saying. If it does something like this, okay, formation, you know, some sort of consolidation formation, and that would be then be a deviation below mid-range, and if that's the case, that's my long in violation below the swing low. Target 1, previous all-time high, okay, to the left, towards here. If it closes within the range, it's a rejection back within the range. That's it. So target 1 there, and then if it comes into, starts rejecting, you can cut it, okay. If you still believe it's going to go higher, then all we do is play the Monday's range play. So what we do is we wait. We wait for a clean break and hold above. If it breaks out, then that's my long. And we're going to be targeting most likely around this region here. As first objective, those are previous highs. And then around the 22k region. That 22k region, so let's mark them out. around here. There's consolidation here. Okay, there. So the two targets are going to be. We're going to get to the downside plays as well. We're just marking out one at a time. Okay, just be patient. So, the other scenario with the intra-week scenarios would be like this. That's a deviation, retesting SR level. And that's your long. Target 1, target 2. And then the breakout play. So that's okay. Would be break and hold above. We're back above previous all-time high. And then target. And then target. After that, we'll see what happens. Okay. Hello, Crypto Chase. So after that, it's something like this then, isn't it? If you do this, this could very well be some sort of breakout play like this. Okay. So if you look at that trend line, the fact that we're still at key support level, this could just be a bear market rally scenario. Okay. I'm not saying the low is in. Far from it. I think bigger picture, we are still bearish. But we just don't keep going down in one line. You got to remember that. You keep saying, the question I keep getting asked, but you said you're bearish. Yes, I am bearish, but it's not going in one line. Either your ignorance of the market is just next level, or you're just plain dumb stupid. I mean, nothing goes in one straight line. Okay? We're going to get pullbacks, etc., etc. There was a scenario I posted, right? Is it out of the woods, if I was to say this? Something like this. Like one of these highs here. I wouldn't even rule that out. I mean, reason why I say that, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen. 1 second. But it could do. I mean, there's no reason why it can't. I mean, if I was to look at here, from this low, this was a scenario. So maybe, possibly, if we did this. Okay, 1 second. This was the scenario. I'm not saying it is. But possibly. Okay. So break and hold above here. Big squeeze in towards there. And then back down. Possibly. I mean, it's similar to this, isn't it? If we was to do here. This was the consolidation phase. Consolidation phase. I mean, it's not maybe not as big, but yeah, something similar has happened before, hasn't it? Make a big of a range down here. And then do the next leg lower. There's no reason why you can't. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But the possibility of it happening, what would I need to see? Well, let's make it basic. Because if it was going to rally, right? If market was going to rally, this to me looks like a too obvious area of a support retest. Now that is only, I would only put that on my radar is if we got above here, by the way. Okay? A clean break and hold above here. Okay, only then will I do that. Just keep that in mind. Okay? So if I was to make a clean break and hold above here, then the next level is really towards here, isn't it? Alright, okay, we got here. And then here. Now this would look like the too perfect retest, in my opinion. Just like here, right? If we were going to look for shorts here, that was too perfect. I mean, too obvious. So take the stops out there. In my opinion, it would be better to do this. Now, whether if it's of this low, that low, that low, I don't care. And then deviate back below. I mean, you can play level to level from there. That's the deviation. And then that would be the bigger deviation of there, level to level. Does that make sense? I just think this would be too easy of a low to just, if it was to rally there. Imagine it's a 5-minute chart. That's why I said that. Okay? Now, we don't need to worry about that just yet. Okay? We can just wait for that to happen. That's the separate setup. That's if we get above here. So, that's long away. Now that the bullish plan... Is everybody clear with the bullish plan so far? Level to level plays. And the bullish plans. Before I get into the bearish ones. Yeah, I do apologize. I got a bit of a chest infection. So, bear with me. Okay, okay, let's continue. Say the line. Now that I've come to the bearish plans, everybody wants me to say the line. Do you want me to take a line or say the line? Which one? Okay. Well, so far, if you think about it, okay? Think about it. If we were to look at it from a normal, natural SR point of view, right? That is the deviation now. If we had broken below and held below here, that I would have considered as the deviation. But this, I mean, as long as we don't break above here, this seems to me like a support. It does look to me, and this is me as a fucking full-time bear telling you this. I'm not bear. I'm not a perma bear, but I'm probably more bearish than most of you here. Okay, I've been playing this short, and now I'm flipping long, looking for longs. I'm getting a headache from it. But yeah, this looks to me it's bottoming. I mean, not bottoming out, but bounce. And all we've done is come into this 4-hour candle here, and it's carving out a possible higher low now, isn't it? Now I would agree that if we did smash below here, well, if this is the consolidation that pushed it lower, I mean retest higher, then break and hold below here. Okay, let's get bearish again then. Then that's a deviation, and then we look for the shorts, and we'll smack it back down towards there. Does that make sense? But for now, I mean, can you understand my logic behind why I was looking for longs? So I went through all of that process, but that was to build the context. I mean, the context started was, well, we're at key support area, we're at previous all-time high, okay? But I am bearish as you could have shorted from 60k plus. Did you short from 60k plus? That's a real bearish shorted from 60k plus. And on the daily, we got the consolidation, so we dropped. And if you think about it, a clearance above here would be nice as well. So it's sort of, I don't know, maybe that's a deviation. Maybe that's the high cap in it. So if you think of it from that point of view, okay, deviation. Let's see how we close. So basically, the clear cut short for me personally that I want to see, I don't mind missing out on a bit. And a lot of people say, oh, I didn't get wrecked here. I'm the one that rolled it out here. I rolled this leg out perfectly. I closed it and then took as less. I think I did it twice today, cut it, but I'm still in profit overall. So now waiting, and market is still bouncing up now, making a higher low now. So you can't just say, yeah, bear one. No, it's a little pullback, just filled in most of this, isn't it? So what I'll be looking for, if that's the Monday's low, I'm looking for the Monday's range breakout play. Okay, so let's mark out our target area. So there's going to be two target areas I'll use, okay? One's going to be based on this, just a basic SR, a box, okay? And the other is going to be like a fib extension. So if that is indeed the low for the week, and that's the high for the week, okay? Then we got the 200% extension lies perfectly here, 161.8. So each are extension levels that would be target areas. So I'll aim for the bottom of the blue box. And my short trigger would be, I'm playing the breakup play below here now. Break below here. And then that's when I look for the short, break and hold below, towards here. And I'm done. Maybe it takes them off here, possibly. But there. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's it. That's Bitcoin covered. More or less. Give me a second, okay? Okay, I'm back. So that's Bitcoin covered. Is everybody clear with Bitcoin? Are there any questions on Bitcoin? Let's just stick to the topic, okay? I won't be covering alts here. Alt streams are separate, okay, mate? So later this week, I'll cover Solana, okay, for you? If you watched the last stream, I did Sol there. But the alts are for a separate stream. P-break. No P-break. So is everybody clear with the Bitcoin plan? Is there any questions? Is that clear? Okay, take it alive. No. Okay, that's done. Let's go to Ethereum now. So Ethereum last week, the same level from last week. I think there's a possible long scenario here in violation of the clean break below. Okay, it pushed up, and then I think within here I closed my longs here once it's done that, because I said if it was to reclaim back above this region here, then I'll get back in. I was gonna attempt another one, I didn't get it, but then it gave the shorts trigger. If you watch the review, and the shorts trigger hit targets, so all the downside objectives hit. Now look at F. Okay, now F outperformed based on FBTC. If you recall at the time, I said if FBTC gets above this blue box here, then Ethereum's gonna be the better play. Okay, how to mark a range? You'll have to watch my previous videos. If you watch my previous videos, you can. No, I don't have. No, do I have a wife? No. Why do I want to know if I have a wife? No, I don't. I don't suffer from angina. Joke. No, I don't have one. No. So above here was that. Now it's sort of range bound. It's a difficult read for me. Bigger picture, obviously, I'm bearish, but the plans I'm trying to give are more short term. I would personally prefer something like this. So bigger picture, I think F. I mean, you know what? I'm not even ruling out a case. I mean, somebody said, what if F is the low? You can never rule out. There is always a probability. Probability-wise, there's always the case. Okay. What if that is the low? In the case where that's the deviation, well, that's strong support. It doesn't necessarily have to come all the way down here. Possibly, I don't know. If that was the case, okay, well, the target I would first go for is here, because this could be something like this, and then continuation towards this region, and then higher up. Bigger picture, I'm quite bullish. This bigger picture, but what I want to see is, I've given the case for it as well. I'm not going to keep repeating it, but that's macro accumulation or consolidation, retest higher. I believe that's. I'm going for that long there. Okay, it's worth it as well, but that's still time to go. So what I would be looking for now is, ideally, did someone take me to where? Oh no, I'm at home. You know about? Who's taking me to the airport? Why do people come up with random shit down here? I don't get it. So what I'll be looking for is, if it can reclaim back above here, I think if Bitcoin and Ethereum are bullish, ETH will be the better play, and I'll play it towards there. And that would be the big resistance here. So if it starts breaking down from here, I then play it from there towards there. And then ultimately, if it did this, and then we'll probably go towards this region here. Hello CG, 143. Big man clear as Algod shine head. Okay, that shows Rick. Hello Rick, MCBC. Okay, so yeah. So based on this right now, I mean, I'm in two minds about this short term. So that means Bitcoin has a better equal chance of ripping now, if it's gonna rip. Okay. So, anyways, regardless of that, going to Ethereum, which weekly range are we in? Now this is forming like a higher, a better formation than Bitcoin, to be honest with you, short term. Even though I'm being macro bearish, I mean, I've not changed my stance. On the yearly chart, I still believe we're going to go towards this low here. Am I proven to be wrong? Possibly. Okay, but I don't care if I'm wrong. I mean, just because I wanted to go there doesn't mean it's going to go there. Nor does it mean I'm taking a trade off that. Okay? It's just that I would like it to go there. And if it gives me the trigger conditions, i.e., if it gets below, so the next target, that will be the next downside objective. If Bitcoin, I mean, gives me the short trigger, I'll get into it in a minute. And Ethereum, then that would be the next target for price, okay? Let's just mark that out, actually. Let's mark that out. Have that ready. And I think Ethereum's at a place where if it's going to go now. And I posted the chart there for a reason, okay? So remember that. So, what's going on here is the bigger picture, okay? So let's just clear this up for a minute and say, okay, let's look at this chart. Where are the ranges at? Okay, sometimes it's easier to look at it from this perspective. Range high, let's agree that's a range high, right? Resistance. What's real support? That's true support, isn't it? That's a deviation. That's a deviation. That's support, deviation, whatever. So what's happened here? We've come into support. We've taken out some lows. Retested the high that caused the low. Excuse me. Now, we're starting to build price up, action up again. We're at support right now. I mean, would I want to sell this? No. I'll sell below here, short below here, but why would I want to sell on this right now? Does that make sense? We've come down and taken those stops out. Yes, warm them, Jack. Wag one. That's my cousin Jack, the dirty little bastard. So, from there towards there. Okay, so now we're breaking it up. So from an SR perspective, I can long this. I'm not saying I'm long. I'll cut any clean break below here. Target, well, towards here again. And that's my range. And then if it comes into your self-final resistance, I'll cut it. If it then breaks above and holds, then that's my long. First target here. Second target, these highs here. Does that make sense? Everybody clear? Now, for the short scenario, I've already posted it on my Twitter before, but that's going to be one target. Okay, so let's mark them out from a natural SR perspective. Give me one target. And what we're going to do is, you wait for the deviation to confirm. For now, it's resistance turn support. So I don't know why you're getting bearish this. I mean, we're playing the range so far, okay? We're playing the range. I'm not talking about breakout playing. Get the likes up. Thank you, XO. And if it breaks below here and holds, so well, then there's my short, isn't it? I'll play towards here, take out this low, done. And then if it's going to go further, okay, whether if it comes into here and starts reclaiming, I'll cut it. Okay? 420. Jason. What's 420? Yeah, the weed thing. 420. That's more of an American thing. I don't think we here in the UK understand that shit. But anyways, this would be then, remember the level there? At this point, I'll then go towards those targets here. So first target's going to be here, obviously, if it gives you the short trigger. Okay? Towards here. If you then hold, break down and holds, then say bye-bye. And we're going towards here. Why is it... I thought it was 700. Let me go back. Hang on a minute. That yearly low comes in here. What's this yearly low? Okay, Binance has a 683. Others have it at 700. Okay. But yeah, you get the picture. Does that make sense? Is everybody clear? Now, at the same time, this is a range play. Okay? This is a range play. Is there any reason why we can't go above? Yes, we can. Of course we can. So, if we... I don't know, so we play the level to levels, okay? Like I said, within here. If we were to pull back, okay? This region will be an objective. So again, same with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks out, then clean break and hold above that weekly high there. And then most likely, we'll probably go towards there. We'll come to that later. I'll be updating that on my Twitter feed and the Telegram. For those asking me Telegram, there's a free Telegram in the description. That's the original Telegram. Don't fall for the imposters one. And don't fall for the scammers one. Or my Twitter feed and the pin tweet. Other than those two, don't follow the imposters that keep asking. Is everybody clear with that? Does that make sense? Break and hold. Yeah, it's in the videos. It's in the video. I've gone. If you watch the videos, I've gone over what a break and hold is. Actually, last stream I did it. Watch the last Bitcoin for Ledgers. I've gone over that. Okay. Wait for the hold. I've gone over it. What is a break and hold above? So basically, one formation. This is like a deviation. One break above, consolidate, and a break out of the consolidation, break and hold above, like that. Okay. And now I can't be bothered turning on comments because it's a headache for me. I'm not there. You gotta remember, there's thousands of you there. I'm not gonna be sitting here reading through each other's comments. So sorry, no. You gotta understand from my point of view. It's hard to manage. Otherwise, I'm gonna be sitting there, doing that all day. So yeah, if it's gonna go right now, it's gonna go from here. That would be my objective. Okay, I'll cut a clean break below here, below there. I'll flip, short them. Okay, and that's it. Excuse me, apologize. Now let's look at ES. Now this has been a tricky bitch for me right now. Now I do believe it's minutes tomorrow. Let's go to that. Let me just double check FOMC minutes. Yeah, Fed minute. No, is it tomorrow? I thought it was, yes, a meeting minute at 7 p.m. So we'll see what happens tomorrow for the FOMC. But again, nothing really changed for me personally. We've come to 2021 low is holding. What I would like to see, okay, what I would like to see for ES is, I mean, what would confirm it? I mean, what would help Bitcoin? And for me personally, I mean, I got a feeling it's gonna go higher. Bigger picture, I'm bearish this, okay? Bigger picture, I am bearish this. But I believe, now, I'm willing to be wrong. But again, there's a trigger plan for it. If I'm wrong and there's no trigger, then there's no trigger. No trade there, and is there? But I think something like this happens. So we've got these clean stops here. I'm building lovely clean stops here. Like, this is too clean right now. And then what it does is, it breaks above, and it wipes out those highs. And once that deviates, then it makes new lows. I believe if it's a big if you can break above here and hold, I reckon what we do is with something like this. And then once it gets deviated back, that's when I'll be, if it follows that plan, then that's when I'll be looking for a top in Bitcoin. Unless it breaks down before that, okay, I accept that. And then I'll be doing that. Now for short term, What do I think? I mean, it's gonna be a couple of trigger criterias. One is like this here. So this is gonna happen with the Bitcoin trading. This is why, in the first touch of FUSD I posted, it was difficult. Okay. No, it's not certain. I've answered that question already. Watch previous streams. It's in there. Okay. It's basically a break and hold above. I just went over it a couple of minutes ago. What is a break and hold above? That's how I look at it. It's just sometimes just discretion as well. For me, it's not black and white, so it's hard to explain sometimes. But okay. So this, let me go to the lower time frame. It's easier. What am I doing on this one? So if you look at this region here, it's a clear SR flip region here. Okay. There. Now I'm not happy with these. I would have liked it. Okay, if they're gonna drop it this low, why didn't I just take these out? It would have been nice if they just took these out and then did that. That's my issue, but it doesn't matter as long as this can hold. Bitcoin can do their thing. Okay, so if it does this tomorrow as a range play and deviates and hold back above, then that's a valid long back towards probably here and then there. What I would like to see is a clean break and hold above here. So you can break above. You can break and hold above. And I personally believe we can take out this. Now that would look well for Bitcoin then. That would go well for Bitcoin. So if you can do that and then Bitcoin starts breaking above Monday's high, then that would support Bitcoin longs. Short term. Remember, all of this is short term plays. They're just a counter trend longs I'm taking, okay? Bigger picture, I'm still bullish, bearish this bigger picture. But that does not mean I'm going to just sit there, okay? I'm going to trade both sides of the market. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Is everybody clear? So apologize for the husky review today. I've just got a bad chest today, okay? But yeah, is everybody clear with the plan? Does that make sense? As for dollar index, right now I don't know. I mean, I told you I'm bigger picture bullish this, okay? But it's ripping to new highs. And I said before, at what point do I think it's going to turn? If it's going to turn. I mean, could it start turning from here is the question. Yes, it can start turning from here. And the reason why I say that is, if we look carefully, okay, I want this at least. This is the maximum big push scenario. Okay, towards here. Now, a case for turning a bit lower would be here. You see this? This was the consolidation. Okay. So when it dropped, retest, drop, resistance, deviation. We're right there right now. No, I don't smoke as much as I used to. No, I'm more or less quit. No. I'm on immunosuppressants. So when I get immunosuppressants, they give me chest infections. This is natural in nature. It's just a side effect of the medication. That's why I've always got a cold or something. It's because of those medications. They do that to you. Well, they to me anyway. So that's why I've got a bad chest. So is that clear? No, it's just my medication. Just my medication. So we've got this, and if it breaks below here, I think that would say to me a possible dollar top. It'd have to do all of that. Now if it breaks above here, now this is a tricky point for me. I've rode this most of this leg up, okay? And it's a tough point here right now, and the fact that it's above here, I would say okay, but right now it's a tricky one for me, and I'm going to explain why. Because Euro USD and cable are at areas where they could reverse, okay? So what we're going to do is, possible resistance, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to see what the Fed do, and it'll be obvious, okay? So we will deal with that then. So right now, all I can say is we're at a resistance zone. Now that zone's massive, okay? That zone's huge. Because I was leaning towards here, and I thought by then I'd get some euro, but it's a tough one. I'm gonna take it as it goes for the day, or do day trade it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch to Euro USD, and I'll show you my reasoning why possibly we could get it. I mean, look at Euro. We have now taken out these key lows here, okay? Massive lows. These are huge lows, okay? Multi-year lows. Could it be a bottom here? Well, we'll see. I don't know. But maybe a relief. So if you can reclaim back above here. So that's why here it was previous bottom before inverse of the dollar index. So it is a case, because if it starts holding below here. So what we got here is if it breaks below here. Okay, now it's broken below here obviously as already. But Fed tomorrow. So say if it was to retest and start breaking down and hold below, then I would say most likely we're coming towards here. Okay, so I want to see that retest, then break below, then I would say that. For now, it's just the first take of a major low like that. We often do get a pullback, but we'll see. Again, I'm not taking part in this right now. It dropped too much straight away. I was short this last week. I mean, I did take a long previously, which I had to cut short, and then I flipped short last week. Okay, and then with cable. Now cable, I mean, I know we got some UK parliament government. I mean, I haven't heard the whole news, but I think the Chancellor resigned and another MP resigned. Major names in there. So, but we are. I'm not saying intervention levels, my Z intervention levels maybe, but we're at a macro area right now. So again, what I do is for a dollar view. I mean, one pair could take its own view as well and just rally up, but we are at major macro. I mean, how low is this gonna go? You know what I mean? BTC moving. Is it moving our direction? Yes, it is. Yes, good lads. Okay, so I mean, these are major levels now. Not seen since, well, I mean, this date if it goes back to the 93. Okay, I'm not sure when it was before. It was only 2 years old then. But these are levels now that if they're gonna turn it, can you see what I mean? So I'm getting kind of well, when the cable was down here and the dollar index was still pushing up to the resistance area, I said, okay, you know what, dollar's gonna go higher because this is still got further down to go. Similar with Euro USD. Now that Euro USD is at that key level and GBP USD is at macro level, and now I can say, you know what, maybe the dollar does turn from here, possibly. And with the ES where it's at with the case I gave, they could have at least a relief. Does that make sense? Is everybody clear with that? Yeah? Does that make sense? So that's my case for the dollar. Again, I'm just taking it as it goes for now. And for these swing trades, they take time to unfold. Okay? You don't need to worry, oh, I've missed it. No, you're not going to fucking miss it. I mean, the Bitcoin, sure. Oof, look at that. Yes. Well, I did call it Twitter, but yeah. I mean, with Bitcoin play down here, this took time, the whole weekend. And then I stepped in down here. I took a long. I've got a small long from here once it deviated, okay? But I've actually more bigger enough, but we'll see. But does that make sense? So now that Euro USD has hit objective and cable has hit objective, it's making me think, okay, can maybe the dollar index start turn? Maybe I can find a case for this as being resistance. But again, we're going to have to wait and see. Okay? And I was reading this thread on Twitter about, you know, even the bearish news is they're not really pushing the market down as much as everybody's bearish right now. I mean, if we were going to be bearish, why weren't you bearish down here when it mattered? Okay? You know what I mean? Now you're getting bearish at key support. Even I'm admitting this is key support right now. And that's coming from me as a fucking bear that was riding this whole thing down. And now people that were long, they want to take shorts here. This isn't the time. I mean, yes, I say after rally maybe, or after clean breakdown, yes. But I'm not comfortable with shorts right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in my money shorting. I don't give a fuck right now about shorting. But I am more interested to short-term longs. Okay, short-term longs. And yeah, we'll see. So these are just my level-to-level play plans. When the market presents itself with something clear, if the low is in, we'll know. But for now, resistance has become support, and I expect a push-up towards 22k. Or if we break below Monday's low, then let's short it. And that's simple as I'm doing right now. Does that make sense? Who's playing Zack Knight outside? Someone's driving past my house. But yeah, is everybody clear? Okay, and that's about it really. If you appreciate the streams and you like what you see, use the link in the description, code TraderSZ when you sign up with the link. Check out Prime XBT, give them a follow, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.